Fuck your mother.
And we're live with that. Fucking your mother.
Welcome back to Chasing the Dragon. Light it up. Don't worry about it. The #1 podcast in Searcy County with your host,
Andy and Butters. We're back again. Day 2.
Day 2.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
What do you think about the criticism we received for episode 1?
It was all positive.
It was.
All positive feedback.
I believe we had 3 comments.
Yeah.
And I think all 3 of them were from you and me.
I don't think so. I think they were from random people we don't know.
Well, one was named Andrew Ragland and the other one was named Big Mac. I don't know who Big Mac
Up and coming
is.
artist in Searcy County.
Really?
Great songs. Great songs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is there anywhere the listeners can find his music? In the bio, perhaps?
Link in bio. Link in bio. Well,
link in description.
Link in description.
Yeah,
Yes.
link in description. Yeah. So, no guest today.
No guest.
What's
Bummer.
up with that?
I don't know. I mentioned the guest and got yelled at by the manager. So we're just not going with the guest today.
You know, I was talking to our manager earlier.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got anything you want to talk about today?
Song of the day. I have a song for you guys. It is Day and Night by Kid Cudi. Check it out. You probably never heard it.
That's a good song.
Good song, great song.
I've heard it.
The only song on the planet that is just absolutely flawless. Flawless.
Now,
like me, of course.
Yesterday we talked about Elon Musk.
Elon. Any new news today on Elon?
No. I'd seen that Joe Rogan, let me show you this. Joe Rogan got gifted an Elon Musk NFT. And he posted it on his Instagram. And it's an NFT of Elon Musk walking Dogecoin. Like, you know Dogecoin?
Yeah.
Dogecoin to the moon, by the way. I'll show it to you. Look at this.
It's probably the weirdest fucking thing that anyone has ever given me. This is an NFT. This is the only time an NFT has ever made sense to me. And this was given to me yesterday by the great and powerful people. And it's Elon Musk with Dogecoin. As I say it? Dogecoin? Dogecoin. But he's jacked, which is probably what he'll look like in 20 years.
We'll try to put a screenshot of that clip up while he's talking about it.
It's great, isn't it? You know what I forgot to do? What we talked about during our intro?
What? It's too late now. Now we just look like a bunch of idiots.
That's true.
So it's manager's fault.
I want to get into the
NFL.
Yeah. So, you're obviously a Giants fan.
Yes.
Tough year.
Tough few years.
Tough few years. Ever since Odell Beckham left, right? A little before.
Right a little before.
Yeah. Since they took that boat picture or whatever.
Yes.
They posted it on the scene. The NFL posted it, or Sports Center. And you know who I'm a fan of.
The 49ers.
The San Francisco 49ers. So I think to be the most unbiased would be to start with the AFC.
Or we could talk about the Rams-Cardinals game last night.
Well, neither one of us watched it.
No, but it was a good game.
Odell
Beckham Jr. had almost 100 yards. 6 receptions, 7 targets, a touchdown. He's back in his prime.
Yeah, I don't like not watching games and then talking about them. Just looking at the stats. But, because you miss a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, so, 3 teams are actually tied for top in the AFC and top in the NFC.
Who's that?
So in the AFC, it's the Patriots, Chiefs, and the Titans, all at 9-4.
I wasn't expecting the Chiefs to make such a comeback this year.
I know.
They started off rough.
They did start off rough. They're on a 6-win streak.
That sounds like the old Chiefs again.
And the Patriots are on a 7-win streak. Sounds like the old Patriots.
Mac Jones.
Going
to be another 2-decade Super Bowl run.
System QB. All QBs are in a system. You know? I don't have a problem saying that. Yeah, so shout out Bill Belichick. Raising that rookie right.
He knows how to find good quarterbacks. Speaking of quarterbacks, the quarterback from Alabama, what's his name? Bryce Young. I think he'd be really good in the NFL after another year in college.
Yeah. The Jets officially got eliminated from the playoffs.
Darn.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. I think that let's look at the Chiefs' schedule. So the Chiefs play the Chargers, Steelers, Bengals, and Broncos. There's a chance they're gonna win out. Now the Chargers showed them what was up in week 3 or earlier in their year.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch that game?
Yes, I did actually.
Both teams actually had several chances to win. I believe it was a very windy game. I watched it, but it's primetime Thursday night. It's in literally 2 days. So if they win that, I think they'll win out. The only other team that might give them trouble is the Bengals.
The Bengals.
Yeah, because the Bengals are good.
They've had a few rough weeks the past couple weeks.
Yeah, they just got clapped by my team. Jimmy G led 2 clutch drives. Robbie Gold missed the overtime to win it in regulation, though.
I'm not going to talk about the Giants. We have long neck, bald-headed Mike Glennon for a quarterback right now. We did sign Jake Fromm, quarterback from Georgia.
When did you guys sign him?
Last Sunday, I believe. Sometime last week.
There's a chance the Bengals won't make the playoffs.
Really?
There is, because they're sitting at 7-6, and
they started off really hard.
They're third in their division right now. They might be tied with the Browns, but they're in the 3rd spot, and they're on a 2-game losing streak.
I believe if the Browns keep playing the way they've been playing, they will make it to the playoffs.
You know who else is at 7-6? The Colts, Browns, and the Bills.
The Colts, they started off rough, 0-3.
Yeah. So the Browns are looking good, the Colts is looking good, and the Bills really fell off after their hot start.
Lost to the Jags. Was it 6-3, 10-3?
It was really low scoring. But over to the NFC, the Niners. So glad they won. I wish the Rams would have won last night so there could be more of a chance of the Niners.
The Rams did win last night.
I wish the Rams would have lost, sorry. Wish the Rams would have lost. That way the Niners would have had a better chance of taking the 5th seed.
I'm actually rooting for the Rams to go to the Super Bowl.
Really?
And win. I want to see my boy OBJ get a ring. He's worked hard. He's put a lot of work in these past 7 years that he's been in the league. And he's had nothing to show for it.
I mean, he's been kind of a diva.
Yeah, but he's...
Most wide receivers are.
He can be. He can back it up with his play style.
So the Niners play the Falcons. You think they'll win that game?
That's a dub.
The Titans. No
Kyle
Derrick
Pitts,
Henry.
though. Kyle Pitts. He's a bad dude.
I love him on Madden. I always take him
He's
in
a
the
scary
fantasy
dude.
draft.
You should have watched him play when he played for Florida last year.
Anyways, they got the Titans on Thursday Night Football. And the next week. And then the Texans should be a dub.
Easy win.
So that's at least 2.
The Titans could be an easy win since Derrick Henry's injured.
Yeah. I don't know about easy on any of the teams. I feel like they're all going to be close, to be completely honest. And then they're ending it off week 18 with the Rams at LA.
Yikes.
The Niners have won the last 5 over Sean McVay.
Yikes.
Doesn't mean much because
The Rams...
the only thing that's important is the game coming up. But the Rams
are a powerhouse right now.
They had just off this last 2 weeks. The Rams, yeah, but before that, people were saying the Rams fell off. 'Cause, they lost to the Titans, and then they lost to the Niners, and then they lost to the Packers, and then they just beat the Jags and the Cardinals. So now it's like they're back on top. I don't really trust the Cardinals in the playoffs.
No, especially after losing J.J. Watt.
Be careful. But they lost J.J. Watt.
Yep, to a season-ending shoulder injury.
I remember hearing about that actually.
D-Hop was out for a few weeks. I think he's back now. Kyler Murray was out for a week or two. Colt McCoy played a really good game against the Seahawks and beat them.
And the Niners. He whooped the shit out of us. You watched that game, what was it, Thursday Night Football or something. Cardinals and Packers. AJ Green
I think so.
just missed the ball. Didn't even see the ball or go for it.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah. He's too busy on TikTok making dances like Juju.
Does he really do that? Shout out to him. Shout out to him. So, and as far as NFC team goes,
I think the Giants have a really good shot at making the Super Bowl this year.
really,
No, I'm just kidding.
the Bucks, Packers, Cardinals all sit at 10-3.
I don't think the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks will make it far in the playoffs. They haven't really put a good performance on this year. They've had a really easy schedule.
The Cowboys are 9-4, so they're sitting right behind them. Cowboys are right behind them. But Bucks, who have they beat? They beat the Giants, Colts, Falcons, Bills. The Bills game was a good game. They beat them. It went to overtime. Oh, the Saints. The Saints beat the Bucks earlier this year. I remember watching.
I watched that game too.
Because was it Trevor Siemian or whatever?
Yeah.
James Winston went out.
Tore his ACL.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Saw a clip right after the game of Jameis Winston doing the doing a dance in the locker room with crutches.
Crutches, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. You got anything else on NFL?
Tom Brady. When is he gonna retire?
I'm thinking. I don't think he's gonna go out with a ring. Like, I think that when he retires, it'll be off a losing season. Not a losing season. You know, like they might make the playoffs.
Season, like 8-8.
No, I just mean like they may go 13-4, but I don't think he's. What I'm saying is, I don't think he's gonna end his career like Peyton Manning.
I think his career will end off an injury.
I've kind of thought that too. I don't want that to happen because that would be bad.
But he does have the best O-line in the league right now.
I just feel like
he has like single-digit pressures and less than 10 sacks on the year. I'm pretty sure.
I just feel like if he wins, that he's gonna want to come back and play more. You know?
Yeah. I think he's got more rushing yards this year than he has ever.
Did you see that Peyton Manning like lowered his rating on Madden? He lowered his rating. And Tom Brady made like a little TikTok. But college football.
College football. Not much.
Cincinnati and Michigan. National championship.
Cincinnati and Michigan. Ooh.
I'm just kidding. No.
What if it comes down to Georgia and Alabama?
I don't want it to. Really
Two SEC teams. That's why the SEC is the best.
I know, but I don't want it to be that.
I kind of want to see. I want to see Georgia and Cincinnati play.
No, I want to see.
But I really want Michigan to win one.
I want Michigan. I want Jim Harbaugh to get a natty for Michigan. Jim Harbaugh deserves it, or he's gonna prove that he deserves it. I'm gonna light this incense just like last week or yesterday. Last week, blow it out. I can't reach it. Thank you.
It didn't turn red. You have to let it light for a little bit longer. It didn't. It's not working.
Audience, let us know who's right.
It's not even smoking.
They don't know that. Fine.
And I'll just let it burn for a second.
Blow it up. Sorry. It scares me when it goes all the way down. Yeah, it's working.
It's lit now.
It smells good, huh?
Fantastic.
I think this one's called Cherry Vanilla.
Cherry?
I think. Does it have a pink end? Yeah, Cherry Vanilla.
Is that rock made for this?
Yeah. Got it at Five Below. You ever shop there?
Yeah.
Me and
You bought a rock at a store?
Yeah. I mean, like, that's what it's made for. They make trays for them that catch the ash.
This one should catch the ash, you know, since it should just lean like this.
Yeah, but I know I've tried it like that, but it still falls on the table because it doesn't stand straight up. But yeah, Five Below. I think it's a great store.
Fantastic store. Cheap stuff. Low quality, cheap stuff.
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend.
I think it's going out.
It's not going out. It's literally working good.
Whoa. What's with the attitude? Manager.
I can't talk when you're blowing. I think it's fine. Dude, chill.
It smells fantastic.
I'm gonna suck his dick. Alright. I took my girl to see Christmas lights in Russellville. We went to Five Below in Conway. We spent probably an hour there in that store. If not, like at least 45 minutes. And then we went to Russellville and went to that Five Below. And we were there for a good 25 minutes. Like, it's not that big of a store, you know?
No, there's not a lot of there. There's a lot there, but there's not a lot there.
Like, my girlfriend takes longer in Dollar Tree. But we actually went to Dollar Tree that day. It was so busy. Because, like, you know, Christmas and stuff. But, you know. You, doing any Christmas shopping? You buying for anybody?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy for much. My girlfriend.
It's time for the quote of the day.
Parents. Oh, quote of the day. All right. Quote of the day is being presented to you by today's sponsor, Andy and Butters, who support this podcast.
All the way, through and through.
All right. Today's quote of the day is from MC Hammer, and it's, "Better work hard or you might as well quit." I heard that today on his popular hit song, "Can't Touch This." You can't touch this. And it really spoke with me, you know?
Great song.
Like,
True classic.
the way it spoke to me is kind of like how I envision my mom hearing a scripture verse from the Bible, you know, in church. That's the way it spoke to me today. Was you better work hard or you might as well quit. Why are you wasting your time, you know, if you're not going to work hard? So, you know, we haven't really told the audience who we are.
Who are we?
Well, my name's Andrew Ragland. And I usually find myself going against the normal for Searcy County, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You got your people who go to church every Sunday and think they're better than everyone.
Yeah, makes sense.
And on Sunday, I like to sit home and watch football.
I love football.
I love football. That's what I'm going to school for. Did you know that?
To do what?
Be a football coach.
Me too.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You just said on the last episode yesterday that you were not going back to school.
Not right now, but that's what I want to do with my life, is be a football coach.
That's good. You can be my defensive coordinator.
I don't do defense.
Okay, good, because that spot's taken by Jonah Lennon. You can be my special teams coach.
How about just give me O-line, D-line?
Oh, I was about to say offense. Okay, O-line, D-line, it's all yours.
O-line, D-line.
No, just D-line, actually.
Why's that?
Because I want you and Jonah working together. Two great minds.
But Jonah never played O-line. He played D-line. I only played O-line. But I worked with a D-line coach in college. That was really good.
Good. Then you'll be good at D-line. We're going to have separate for O-line and D-line.
No, I think I'll do both.
Alright. So, hear me out. If, let's say over the next 15 years, Elon Musk turns Mars into this new Earth, is what we'll call it, right? And they don't have, it's a totally different way of living than what you're used to here. Because there's not going to be, you know, there's not going to be like resources to have a bunch of buildings or cities, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so your life would be totally different, and it would basically be dedicated to getting Mars to that point. And let's say, like, on this Mars, there is, you know, there's water, there's like man-made lakes or whatever, and everything's green, you know, and growing.
Gotcha.
But you get the chance to go there and live the rest of your life. Would you do it?
With who?
Just other people who are going to work. It's not really your football coach life, is it?
No. There's not an official team up there, but I could be the first coach of the Mars League.
Yeah, it would.
We could travel back to Earth every 5 days, and
my whole point of doing that or asking you is just that a lot of people think, oh, let's go live on Mars, but
it's not that simple.
I mean, even if it was that simple to where you could live there,
there's no honeys.
There's not. It's not gonna. It's gonna be totally different. Yeah. Not that it would be a one-way trip, because if people could live there, I'm sure it would not be a one-way trip. No one would just go casually live. Be like, okay, I'm moving to Mars. People would go insane without technology. Like the internet.
They could have 10G.
What?
Like we have 5G.
Okay.
They could have 10G service.
On Mars?
On Mars.
I don't think so. I don't think they would have any satellites.
How would we start power there? Solar panels?
Speaking of power. Power. We need to solve the world's energy crisis.
Write something on a t-shirt and sell it for $5, a nickel.
No, uranium. All right.
We took a little break there for a second. Now we're back.
We don't have to address it. We already did.
Yeah.
We are funnier with the third person.
Third person. I tried to tell the manager, but
No, it's not that. It's that the guests you invited, I don't know. It wouldn't have been funny.
Sure, it would have.
No, it wouldn't have.
No, probably not.
No, we need to do people that we know. Plus, it's not like every podcast has to be hilarious.
What about John Lyman? We could have got John Lyman.
Does he work tonight?
I'm not friends with him. I don't know.
Well, let me see if he's working.
Let's get him up here.
Maybe he'll come right now.
Give that big boy a call.
You mean call him?
Call him.
Podcast, I'm going to call him.
What is this? Is this good? Are these good?
It's a rock star.
Can I try it?
Yeah.
That's a dope can. You better save that can. Oh my god, it tastes like ass.
He doesn't like it. Good thing we're not sponsored by Rockstar.
That made my balls drop, bro. That's so sour.
We're not sponsored. Okay, call failed. We'll just try to get John on next time.
It's a shame.
It is a shame.
John is a funny guy. I think we should try to keep calling him.
No, he won't. Trust me, he won't come on here tonight anyways.
We should get the Jaeger twins on here.
We can try.
I don't like them, but they'd be funny dudes to do a podcast with.
Yeah. I don't think we could get both, but we could definitely get Nick, I would say. I don't keep up with Chris these days.
Nickalicious. I know Chris was working at Walmart last I knew.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was working at Harrison Walmart. He was a plumber and a bus driver since then. So a lot's changed for him.
Plumber. I never saw that from Chris.
Yeah, he went to North Ark. That's why when he was working at Walmart, he was going to North Ark for construction.
That's crazy to me.
Because he's so smart.
The kid went to such a prestigious
high school
just to be a plumber.
To clarify, we're not talking about Marshall. We're talking about, what's it called? ASMSA?
ASMSA, yeah.
In Hot Springs, yeah.
Only the smartest kids in the country go to it.
Only the smartest kids in the state. But
all 4 of him and his brothers went to that school.
Yeah.
Very smart. Very intelligent kids. Not very nice.
Nick's about to graduate in May, I believe.
Why didn't Nick or Chris do anything after high school?
I don't know. Alright, so let's say that you stopped playing with that star next to the mic so we could continue. Okay, metaverse.
What about it?
Before we get to your subject, what you mentioned earlier with the big, yeah. Do you know anything about the metaverse?
I do not.
Me either.
I don't.
I know that the name comes from a book from the 90s about where this world, basically very similar to what it's going to be. This is what I've heard. I don't know. I haven't read the book. Yeah. But maybe not what it's going to be, but a place where people went to escape reality.
It's interesting.
That would be the whole point to do it.
I don't understand it. The smoke is tickling my balls right now.
All right. Do you want to talk about the NFT? The NFT that you mentioned?
The 3 words I have wrote down is all I know about it.
I got the link right here. I thought I'd let you introduce.
Let's talk about it.
I thought I'd let you introduce the topic. Is it your show?
Yeah. So I found an article today on the internet and heard Mike Malek, one of Logan Paul's friends, talking about it on a podcast I watched. About a person that bought a $600,000 virtual yacht in the metaverse.
That's crazy.
Let us know, Andrew. What is it? What did this person buy?
Okay, so this says the sandbox is a metaverse which users can monetize virtual spaces and enterprises. Oh, I think the sandbox is where I think that's a website where they buy and sell crypto. I mean, not crypto, NFTs. Sorry.
So who would pay $600,000 for a picture of a boat? I've seen the picture of the boat. It looks like something made on Minecraft.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but no, I couldn't tell you because I have no idea how this is going to work. I don't think most people know. Maybe they do know. Let us know in the comments below. What is the metaverse?
Yeah, we'll have our manager email Elon Musk and see if he can give us any insight on it.
I mean, I watch Gary Vee every day and I still don't know what an NFT is. Like, the most I see from it is that it's a very good opportunity to make money. Buying and selling, you know?
I guess.
But what's the actual person going to use it for in the metaverse? I don't know. What my understanding is that it's going to be like, I don't want to call it a game, but like I'm going to call it a game just for this analogy maybe. Is I kind of think of it like a DLC in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got this yacht, now in the metaverse you can use that yacht. But that doesn't make much sense. I don't think that's what it is, because otherwise how could you get in the yacht? I mean, like, is the yacht like are all the details, you know, like in the yacht?
It just looked like a big gray block to me with a couple windows.
Yeah, what I just said is probably not what's gonna happen. But
idea.
I don't really know. Oh, is this it?
That is it.
This is what you see?
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so what I said.
Somebody paid $600,000 for that picture. Makes no sense to me. I don't understand it. How much money does that person have in their bank account? Just spend $600,000 on a picture of a boat that looks like it was made in Minecraft.
Okay, so basically it's just saying that NFTs can be used to represent real-world items like artwork and real estate.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but like I feel like we need to get it.
Like maybe you spend $600,000 to dream about this boat in a dream you had. What is the metaverse? Where is the metaverse? How do we get to it? Do we have to get the vaccine?
I kind of think it's just like owning a piece of art. Like now that I read that. Like just having an original.
A $600,000 piece of art?
Just having an original piece. I mean, art goes for much higher than that.
I don't think so.
Yes, it does. Maybe not something so simple as that.
I've actually looked into buying stocks. That's what both of these debit cards come from.
It's just, you know, like a painting from Picasso.
I saw somewhere that I think it was Picasso is not actually as old as we think it is.
Picasso?
I think so. I think Picasso died in like the 70s.
He's not. I know he's not that old. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought Picasso was like from the 1500s with Leonardo and all these other people that are just old. It's interesting. It's crazy to me.
Really? No, I knew that because of I did a report on him for my college class. Pablo Picasso. Okay, this says the cheapest Picasso painting cost around $120,000. The most expensive could be up to 140 million. So like art goes for a lot.
$140 million for a painting? We're in the wrong business, buddy.
Yeah, he was born 1881, apparently, and died in 1973. From what I know, he was a womanizer. Had like a lot of kids with a bunch of different women, but I did that report like a long time ago. It may have not been that many different women, but there was something where he was not very good with the ladies, like not treating them very respectfully.
Well, back in the 1900s, that was a pretty normal thing.
Are we living in a simulation?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Because, like, what are dreams?
Great question. I have no idea.
What are dreams? I did a dream analysis once for a psychology class. Don't remember what I did, but I remember I did really good on the assignment. And
Really?
she actually responded. Professor, like, I don't know what was going on.
I did a paper in my first class, my freshman year in college, about, it was supposed to be opinion-based about the Black Lives Matter thing going on. Because when I did this paper, that was what was going on in the country, was the all the riots and everything else. And we did a paper how we felt it benefited or hurt the country, like what it could do for us in the future. And I basically, to dumb it down, I said that I don't support Black Lives Matter, but I support the movement. I don't support rioting because, you know, that Target building in Minneapolis got destroyed. How many jobs did that take away from people when they destroyed that Target?
A lot.
A lot of jobs. There was a lot of jobs taken away from people from all those riots, and then they go and complain that Donald Trump or the government doesn't fund America the way they should by giving us jobs. And so I talked about, have you ever read an article about a man named Tony Timpa? Interesting. So Tony Timpa was a white man in Texas. He had mental problems. He was killed the same way George Floyd was. Except the only difference was the footage from the police during the Tony Timpa incident. They were laughing and making jokes about it. And when the ambulance finally came, the officer that was on his neck said, "I hope I didn't kill him," and he starts laughing. I never heard about that.
I never heard about that. That's crazy.
Until I did research. And
That's
then
kind of fucked up.
There was a little kid in North Carolina last summer, around the George Floyd incident. There was a black man who was a drug dealer, and he was selling drugs to this kid's parents, and they apparently didn't have the money to pay. So he shot the kid in the head, point blank, execution style.
Where was this?
North Carolina or South Carolina.
Mm.
He was, I think, 5 years old. I never heard about it on the news.
Yeah.
I had to do my own research about it.
Yeah, the media definitely
Targets.
puts out what it wants to. Wait, go back to your paper that you did. Where were you going with that?
Yeah, okay. So, I did this paper. I put in facts, actual facts, articles of where they could find...
Credible sources.
Yeah, about why I don't think the Black Lives Matter it should be pushed the way it is because, you know, there's police officers that do the same thing to white people. There's white people that do the same things to white people. There's black people that do the same things to black people. Even the shooting that happened when the black guy was reaching for a knife in his car and went to stab an officer with a knife and got shot. And everybody thought the officer was just doing it out of racism. And there was video proof of him attacking an officer with a knife. And it was still the officer's fault. And they gave him all these chances. And there was kids in the car.
Yeah. It's a crazy world we live in, you know?
It's sad because my teacher basically told me my opinion doesn't matter, and he gave me an F on an opinion-based paper.
He gave you an F?
He gave me an F. He actually called me an idiot in front of the entire class.
No, he didn't.
Because I was the only student in the class that thought the way I did. Because I was from the South and everybody else was from up North.
I think that as far as the media goes, it doesn't just, how do I say, affect the people who are left. I think it also affects the people that are right, like around here. I think a lot of them are misled as well and only fed things that are going to make them mad, you know?
Well, see, the news only wants to target anything that puts the democratic system down. So, the Democrats control the news outlets, so they put out stuff that only affects them. If, say, there was a...
No, but Fox News is the same way. Republicans are the same way.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to get at. Like, I just think it's
you
important.
You still never heard about Tony Timpa or the little 5-year-old that got shot execution style. Both white. Never heard about it.
Yeah, I don't watch the
It
news.
was a big deal.
To my credit, though, I don't watch the news. I don't look up stuff like that because I try to keep
How many people talked about George Floyd, though?
happy life.
Everybody had something to say about George Floyd. It was a whole big ordeal. Even on Instagram, everybody posted on Tuesday, a Blackout Tuesday for George Floyd.
Yeah.
Nobody heard about Tony Timpa. He died the same way, and the cops made fun of him about it.
Yeah, I just think it's important to do your own research, you know?
That's right.
Not believe everything that you hear. Unless you're hearing it on the fucking Chasing Dragons... Chasing the Dragon podcast with Andy and Butters.
That's right.
Coming live at your YouTube channel from your phone or tablet, Mac, PC, whatever device you got YouTube on, you're hearing us out of it. You know what I'm saying, audience? Comment below what you think about President Joe Biden. And we'll talk about it on our next episode.
Can I mention something that came to mind?
Yeah.
You know that show 19 Kids and Counting or 18 Kids and Counting?
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's based out of Arkansas. They lived in Cabot.
Really?
Yeah. So one of the oldest guys is actually going to prison for having like a bunch of child porn and admitting to molesting his younger sisters.
Is this like recent?
Yeah, like last week. And one of his one of the older sisters, was found guilty of, pled not guilty to endangerment, welfare of a minor. And he's, I think the guy that is going to prison for having child porn that was on the show. I think he's the oldest son, and he's also was running for like Senate or something. You could look it up and find a whole article about it.
Yeah, what do I need to type in? 19 Kids and Counting?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've actually seen the mansion that they lived in.
You know, I think this incense is making my nose stuffed up. So this is really out of Arkansas.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
They lived over in, they lived in BB, not Cabot.
Okay, Jim Bob Duggar of 19 Kids and Counting competes for Arkansas Senate.
Yes, he's the one that was convicted.
Okay, so apparently one of the sisters was charged with...
endangerment of welfare.
Charged with a misdemeanor. What'd you say?
Endangerment of welfare?
What's that?
It's like you allowed your kid to get hurt.
Endangerment of welfare?
Yeah, I think so.
Not minor endangerment?
No, it's if it's a minor, it's endangerment of a wife, endangerment of a minor, or endangerment of welfare of a minor. And you have first degree, second degree, third degree. I only know this because I worked at a jail for a little bit. And there was a lot of people with endangerment of welfare of a minor. But yeah, he had a bunch of like child porn, and he admitted to molesting his younger sisters.
That's crazy. I can't find an article on that. But 3 hours ago, it's talking about him competing... Okay, sorry. Right here it is. Jim Bob Duggar of 19 Kids and Counting competes for Arkansas Senate days after son's child porn conviction.
Okay, so his son, yeah, my bad.
The dad is running for Senate. So do we know how old his son is?
I don't know. He's one of the oldest.
Josh Duggar. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. But Josh Duggar. Josh Duggar charged with endangering the welfare of a minor. Did you know that this show was canceled earlier this year?
I did not.
It was canceled earlier this year by TLC.
Have you found anywhere where it says about him being charged with child porn?
No.
So look it up. Josh Duggar.
I'm reading this article.
Child porn.
probably in this article. I'm trying to figure out how old he is. He's 33 years old. Right here, 5 days ago, Duggar is charged with receiving and possessing child pornography.
It's crazy.
It says that some material he possessed depicts the sexual abuse of children under the age of 12 in May 2019.
It's crazy.
And the news came days after his wife, Anna Duggar, announced that the pair are expecting their 7th child.
My God.
Okay, did you know this is not new for him. In 2015, he made headlines for documents revealing that he molested 5 girls, 4 of which were related to him.
Mm-hmm.
Between 2002 and 2003, he was 14 and 15 years old at the time.
Kids messed up.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, so this was in April 29th when they took him into custody. It says that on his hearing, he appeared via Zoom. But tell me about your hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams. I have no dreams. Hopes?
Not even being like a football coach?
Well, yeah, of course, I don't care about the money like everybody else does. I just want to be happy, and my heart lies with football, so I want to coach football. I just want to make sure kids are smart, make smart decisions, Some kids feel like they have nobody to talk to, and a good football coach, a good person helps with that a lot.
Like Coach Hibb.
Coach Hibb.
You want to be the Coach Hibb to some new generation?
Well, I don't want to be a Coach Hibb because Coach Hibb was too family, not enough football. And so he didn't put his love for the guys aside to coach us enough to get us to win. He was more of a counselor than a football coach.
That's good. I want to personally I want to start at the college level. Like an assistant,
My O-line coach in college was first year out of college.
Yeah.
He was 22. My girlfriend at the time was older than he was.
I think that's your way in, because, that's experience. You do that for 4 years.
I don't want to coach football or coach college football.
Why?
I don't know.
Just high school?
Yeah, just high school.
Do you want to teach as well? Or?
Yeah, I want to teach history.
That's good. History is a fun subject,
It is, yeah.
Never changes.
It's so interesting.
Actually, it can change if they find new things, but new findings. But I want to coach college football. I also want to write a book one day.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not just write a book. I want to publish a book. Probably want to quit drinking energy drinks one day. Quit vaping.
Not good for you.
It's not.
Thanks for watching. Chasing the Dragon. Light it up. Don't worry about it.
And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Chasing the Dragon. Light it up. Don't worry about it.
This is Andrew Ragland.
Signing off.
Don't worry about it.